Now it is.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
It's a beautiful day in Woodstock.
It's like sunny like a mother flower.
We actually have the blinds closed today
Because there's so much light.
just because it's too crazy. We will send immediately if
and
we
it's
open
nice
them.
enough that we have a window open a few inches.
But we'll let you see just how gorgeous that is. Look at that sun.
Show our cars.
Our car. Oh, look at our
The
cars.
casual cars sparkling.
Look, they're the only cars out there, and they're sitting right next to each other.
Okay, there's Sparky. As you can see, that's the gray one. It was originally a gray horse. It also can be transformed into a gray starship, weirdly enough. See how it looks like the Back to the Future?
Yep.
Kind of like the DeLorean, like the Japanese version.
It's almost backed up a little bit.
Oh, it's protecting. It's
exactly.
protecting her.
Protect the
Two
Corollas.
girls. They're two girls.
They're
They're
just
friends.
hanging out.
And then there's the blue car, or the blue diamond, or we call her the casual car because she doesn't even need to be locked because people just leave her alone.
She kind of just floats on by.
Yep.
Just
And
like
then
me
there's
and my
our
dad.
forest where the dog always tries to drag me into. Which we're,
Look at that writing almost. In
God, that is cool.
MMHM or something.
Look at how much the cars are sheltering each other. Mine's ready to pull out around to protect.
Beautiful.
We love our cars. They're our friends. We don't really use the possessives on things, you know. As you might know if you notice it all.
So we've been doing lots of flinking around the apartment. We'll show you real fast. Okay.
We're gonna use an apartment like it's never been used before. We're gonna use it as a studio. We might babysit kids in the building or something when their parents want to go to dinner.
Yep.
Or we might set up romantic dinners for those parents somewhere out in the forest or something where it's boom, they just turn this on and eat this and here's some romantic stuff and the flowers and birds are flying on. They're like, we thought we were in love before this. Well, look at all the birds. Whoa, there's so many beautiful
Look at that
doves.
sunlight.
I know, and that's not even. And it's dark out. Sunlight.
Wait, where's my watch?
Here, this is Magic Blessings of Love. Elixir, which is unconditional love.
Look at our
Prana, which
radiance.
is strength. And all kinds of other stuff. Like good stuff.
Look
It's all
at
good stuff. It's all
that.
good stuff. It's all 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 good stuff. Everything is everything. Everything is everything. Everything is everything. Everything is everything. Everything is love. Everything is everything. Everything is love. Everything is love. Everything is everything. Everything is love. Everything. I know. Undeflink yourself. And we go. Undeflink yourself.
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 If you don't know what that means yet, we'll explain later. But it really means just make yourself as beautiful and wonderful as you really are because you're a divine being. You know you are. We know you are. Stop acting like you're just human because that's all not true. You're way beyond all of us, all of you. Everyone is one thing. Some people call it the universe. Some call it the universal field or the source field. Some people call it God. So basically everything that exists is one. And if you don't have a better word for it, you might just call it God. But you can just call it the isness or the everything. One, we are all one, plus two, which is peace or victory.
Equals Christ conscious 3.
Yep.
Divinity.
Exactly. And it just means the consciousness, Christ consciousness. That's why Jesus was called the Christ. Mm-hmm. So even the somewhat fictionalized remaining writings couldn't be stripped of the fact that he was basically just saying, hey, don't be dicks to each other, seriously. That's all I'm saying.
That's all he was saying, man.
But we're going to sing along to one of our own songs because we're pretentious and unfriendly, apparently. To be perfectly honest, but okay. If we do this correctly, you'll have no idea whether or not either of us has pants on. Just saying, because you can't see down there. We had pants on. We're thinking about playing a song. We totally did. Wait, take this off.
Should we? Take what
Yeah.
off?
The arrow key was on there. The arrow thing was on there. Here, this is that guitar.
Yep.
And this one is her guitar. Oh, she's playing that. She's playing my guitar.
That's his.
Hopefully, our beautiful dog won't join in. And this one here that
Now
I'm
we're
bringing
doing
up,
our,
see, is this one.
Wooden chairs. Establish our household.
Hi, Hi.
Yep,
Hi.
it's official.
And we almost got all the shit out of my car, which is
We finally did get it all out, by the way.
not really all of it, but
No,
I mean, at
not
least you
quite
could
yet.
fit it. So it's like a total mess. But we got lots and lots of man. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay, the reason I said that is because up until we moved my stuff from my apartment, all the pans that we had to use were a crummy old fry pan and this really flat old fry pan, which if regular fry pans are made of 12 gauge steel, this was made of like 1/2 of 1 gauge. And we didn't have a plastic spatula, so I'm using a metal spatula on this thing, and I'm still making cuisine. So then we found out that in storage or something, when a roommate started moving out, it turns out Claire had a full set of actual Rachel Ray cookware, which is this heavy gauge steel, fantastic stuff. And we had all my pans, some of which were still at the South apartment.
Of course.
So suddenly we had a place that needed to be deflinked a little, but we had lots of pans, and we've been cooking up a storm ever since because we're just, discovering how to do everything over again, like better, easier, faster, stronger, with more love, and with a best friend by your side.
All right, back to the video.
Okay. So, I'm thinking, you have to kind of center it.
Yeah.
We're going to do a TC song, the original, and we like to call it Feels to Die, or To Die, or Die, depending on how lazy I feel about syllables. You're about to see each of us lie here.
Yep, okay, we're about to become completely unauthentic.
Some dying and some birthing and some creation.
Ooh, some possible hair change colors. Okay, now, while there was a lot of transformation, a lot of dying, a lot of birthing of things within our own selves and our things we were letting go of and did let go of since then, as you might be able to see, there hasn't really been much actual dying.
Yeah. Because
I used to have my hair dyed pure white. That's why this is like this and stuff. Or not. I don't know. That might be a story, too, for all I know. But TC used to have, when I met her, she had flaming red hair. The next day she had blue hair. The next day she had purple hair. The next day yellow. Then it was indigo striped with fuchsia.
Well, it was more like magenta. But
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to where you're going with
And
that.
then the next day she had it cut in a mohawk. Then she came down and she had like no hair at all, but she had 4 very sharp steel spikes screwed into screws within her skull, and so it was like a very dangerous spiky
rods,
kind of pointy rods.
I guess I was going for the rods look at that point.
And when she first met me, my hair was pure white and my eyes were dyed white. All of it is pure whites. I was like, she's like, that's a very pretty extreme look, but I find it interesting. I go, you think so? I can't see shit like this. Back to the video.
Okay.
And I'm going to get rid of more of that sunlight if I can. So you just sit tight.
Okay.
And
So
she's
we got our
twisting my arm to get rid of some of the gray.
and get rid of the sunlight.
It's all high pressure.
I'm really clinging to
Yeah.
it. Okay, that's where I'm lying.
Even go
The whole thing's...
red.
Okay. She wasn't planning on dyeing it red. I had no idea she was going to say that, nor did she apparently.
Apparently not.
Love that pick. Love that. Here it is.
That pick is really stable.
Love that pick.
Never lost it. It's
I
never
know.
not been in the right place.
And we don't use it
just
that
sits
much.
Where it needs to
Or
be.
it sits in my pick pocket.
You ready to sing?
Yeah. Actually, we could play a little guitar.
Oh,
couldn't we?
yeah.
Are we capoed in there?
No.
Oh, good. Multi.
Go
Beatles.
multi.
Beatles pick. We gotta play really quiet out here, though, in the real world, don't we?
Reached out for my own.
forget, second rush me. This is how it must feel to die. This is how it must feel to die. Done no wrong, you'll forgive me my fears. This is how it must feel to die. This is how it must feel to finally be alive. I called you, listening to that voice, lecturing to contain you. Wind up, toy, break free, come get me. Giving up the fight, I know nothing but our love. So corny what I just did, wasn't it? It's so dumb. Serious, we shouldn't have done it that way.
Let my other half take this.
Okay, I had no idea she was going to do that, and there isn't a third verse yet.
Yes, there is.
Wait.
I remembered it.
Oh.
No, I forgot it again now because I forgot it here.
We'll remember it later when we do it again.
I can breathe in space. That's what
Oh,
we're
yeah.
We're gonna sing this verse on top of this one.
Okay. No, let's just sing with him. Let's put 2 more parts with him. And the new version. Never felt like this. I know I've done no wrong. You'll forgive me my fears. This is how it must feel to die. This is how it must feel to finally be alive. I called you, listening to that voice, lecturing to contain you. Wind up, toy, break free, come get me. The fight, I know nothing but your love. In that case, it was your, we're all saying it to each other. Right, kinda.
Slammed on Dave.
This is how it must feel to die. This is how it must feel to die. Oh, that was the end. All right, so hope everyone's having a fantastic night, and somehow
our entire world has turned sepia tone.
Somehow our